Hi, everybody. Wow, it's Monday. Hello, hello. Here we are again, as I always say. I wasn't on yesterday. I think I did pop on Saturday night. It's been a rough ride. It's been a crazy week and weekend. And I just wanted to come on, talk to you all. I have some things to say. As usual, I want to get your input, but just bear with me. I just want to walk you through some of my thought processes right now. If anyone had seen Natalie Webster's stream this morning, um, as soon as I saw the thumbnail, I said to myself, I'm going to tune in, and I'm glad I did because my name was brought up many times. Alan's name was brought up several times. I believe Hef's was as well. There were people that were tagging me, kind of lecturing me. Some of them were most likely trolls. Others were not. I recognized the names. And um, something that my husband always says, he's way more spiritual than I am. I kind of I guess I want to call myself not spiritual at all, but I just try to be a good person, and I think maybe there is something out there, whether it's God or whatever you want to call it, energy, whatever. But I think there is something out there. And one thing that my husband always says is he believes very strongly that we're all here to learn, right? And I've learned this for myself, and we tell our children this all the time. I have one child that's going through a really rough time, and not of any fault of their own, something that was done to them. And they were like, "Mom, what did I do?" And I'm like, "Honey, you didn't do anything. Some things just happen, but we are here to learn. So even when something isn't our fault, we can learn from it, you know." And so I'm not saying that I have no fault. Of course, I have fault in how I've handled things at times with several situations in this community. I know that I mean well. I try to. I try to do my best. You know, um, I haven't always handled things perfectly, but when something keeps coming up over and over and over and over, um, there's a certain thing that seems to be wanting to be drilled down. So I'm going to address thing that keeps coming at me, and how I intend to handle it. And I want to talk about my channel, the direction of my channel, my purpose for my channel, some things that have happened, and I just want to lay it out so it's out in the open. Okay, so one sec, I should have had this ready to go, but let me. Okay, I think I'm gonna go here first. Okay, so this is one example. This was just from literally, it says 19 minutes ago, more like maybe 25 minutes ago now. I blocked the name out, not for any reason except that it's a public comment on my community page, my community post that I did. I think they don't use the word community anymore. If you go to someone's channel, it just says posts. So if you go to my post, I might read that. It says, this keeps coming up, so I'm going to address it. I think the issue is the screenshot of Reese reaching out to Alan asking for help. That in turn alerted the Scoville brothers. Both you and Alan need to take responsibility for that. Now, I don't know this person. I've never heard of them. I don't feel like I need to answer to them, but I am going to address this. So just for reference, and I'm going to only say this once, one more time, 10 more times. No, not 10 more times. I'm going to say this once, okay? And take it or leave it. Oh, that's something else. Take it or leave it for what it's worth. Okay, this is the fateful screenshot, and I don't have the exact date on this. Reese herself said it was about a month ago, and we posted it the other day, and I'll explain why. Whether you agree with me or not, that's fine. It's okay. She says, Alan, I know this looks crazy coming from me. I need to talk to you. I need your help. And anyone that knows me, when I saw that, they shared that with me the day that it happened. And I was like, oh my God, I hope she's okay, you know? And so I looked on her channel. Can't remember if it was on hers or Colton Crims or Tommy. And the moment that I looked, they were live and they were laughing, joking, flirting, being fine. So, I mean, I know for sure that, like, yeah, that could have been, your cover up or trauma response or whatever. But keep in mind, this is a month ago. Okay. And this is not the only thing that happened. If you go back and look at all the receipts all together that Hef and Alan presented, it was only logical at the time to think that coupled with the fact that she hadn't said anything, she did send one of her mods to ask him, and he was just like, I don't want to be involved, which was absolutely his right. I mean, I feel like we're saying it over and over to blue in the face, but I'm just going to address this and I want to get it done with and move on. Okay. So it did seem to me, at least, I don't want to speak for Hef and Alan, but I think that they agreed, and I don't know who came up with the idea, but there was me that said, I remember verbalizing it, saying, this may be a trap, because I woke up to 2 very threatening emails from Tommy that morning that we did that stream. So it just seemed like I didn't even think it was serious, because she, quote, seemed fine. Okay. Whether you agree with my reasoning at the time or not, it was not malicious. Would I change if knowing now? Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. I'll take responsibility that maybe I was wrong, but there was no malicious intent at all. And I feel like this one screenshot is being used to people are hanging their hats on it. Like, okay, it's our fault, or we're going to hang our hats in this. We're not going to address any of the other allegations. We're just going to attack Marilyn and her hate channel and her friends. That's what we're going to do. We're going to say, where's the grace for Reese? Why aren't you having grace? Okay, well, where's the grace for all of her former mods? Where's the grace for Alan? Where's the grace for Hef? Where's the grace for, I won't say me, but for my channel, of my community? Where's the grace for the thousands of dollars that all of you have raised for charity from my channel and other colleagues of mine and others? Where's the grace for the dozens of cults that we have covered? I have a whole list here, and this is just a partial list. Where's the grace for the things that we have shared with each other about? We've talked about trust. We've talked about shame, imposter syndrome, our triggers, our glimmers, which is the opposite of triggers, black and white thinking, coercive control, trauma responses, fight or flight, resilience, critical thinking, trauma-related illnesses, narcissism, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Does this, and I crochet and I give things away, and I've done things to try to help people. I'm not perfect. I fuck up all the time. But does this sound like a hate channel to you? Does this sound like a drama, bully, whatever? I don't know, whatever you want to say. I did post a community post yesterday, and I'm going to put it up, and I want to read it because I do mean it, and I still mean it. And I want to offer a truce. That if victims of Tommy and even Reese stop being dragged through the mud, if my channel stops being called a hateful channel, if I stop being attacked on screen, then I will call a truce, and I will stop. But I can't control anyone else that in this chat. If they want to tell their story on their own channel, that's fine. If I feel at some point I need to take it up again, I will. And it's not a threat. It's a promise, because I'm not the type to just shrink away and sit in the corner when I'm not some kind of crusader. I'm an activist. Yes, I'm an activist. And I do care about this community, and I care about people, but I'm not going to drive this home every day. It's exhausting. Like I said, I've got my own things going on. I don't rely on this channel for an income. It's nice to be able to have something to give back, to something to, to be able to support the channel, have maybe an extra thing or two if I need to even help my kids or other people, charities that I give to, that's great. But I don't sit there and be like, oh, I can drag this out and get all this money. No, that is not me. That's not me. And it's exhausting. It's like not even worth the views. It's worth it to me if I can help. And I just want to say that because I feel like there's people that I really liked and looked up to, and they're just throwing me under the bus, And there's others that I don't expect to be involved at all, but they're showing me so much support, and my friends and people that have been wronged. It's not just one person that's a victim in this. There's many victims. And I'll even go as far to say that Tommy, he's his worst enemy. Brett Miller, he's his own worst enemy. And I hope someday he sees what he's done and he makes good. But I don't think anybody deserves to be unalived or to have a terrible torture or anything. I don't wish anything on Tommy. I don't wish anything on Reese. I hope she's safe and her child's safe. And just to call me hateful, it's just so wrong, because I've showed you guys, I have reached out to her in love and caring before. But I'll tell you, I won't call it hate. I would call it fear. Fear of forgiving someone or letting your guard down because you've been hurt by them. So I'm just going to distance myself, but I do not regret letting Hef and Alan speak their truth and show their receipts. I don't regret it. And if you're looking for a groveling apology from me, you're not going to get it. In hindsight, yeah, maybe if I knew what I now know now, I probably wouldn't have popped that up. But at the same time, I don't think that was necessarily a bad thing looking back either, because if that's what it took, if it took that, who am I to say? I don't know. I don't mean anybody any harm. I didn't want anybody to be threatened. That's not my thing at all. And that is absolutely not my motive. So if someone thinks that about me, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm going to move on. In fact, I don't think I'm going to actually read. You can go to my community page and read it, but I will skim through it. I answered again how I felt about letting Alan and Hef come on my channel. I don't regret it. I wish Reese the best. I did not seek to dox anyone, and I didn't give any personal information, so it was not doxing. And it wasn't malicious. Usually doxing is for malicious purposes anyways, and it certainly wasn't. I was letting them give their side of things based on the info that they had. For all we knew, it could have been a trap orchestrated by Brett to keep Alan from talking. And that's kind of what we thought, there was a lot of opposition. And I said, I defended my channel, and I said, I'm tired and I get no joy from this. I will be happy to drop it if me and my friends, and I'll add even people that I don't know that have been victimized, are left out of the mudslinging and the dragging. Stop re-traumatizing the traumatized, whether they're people that don't have a channel or not. They're important. They're important to someone, and they're important to this community. So let's stop, One person, just because they have a big channel, is not more important than anybody else. We're all people, So with that said, I'll take some of your comments. I think I pretty much said what I wanted to say. I kind of scribbled a couple things down, but I named this Under the Influencer, because we talk about content creators being kind of like influencers. Then there's like the marketing thing, which that's different, but also similar too. So I'm not here to influence anybody. I'm not here to tell anybody how to think. It's okay if you don't like me, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I would rather not be attacked all fucking night and day. I would rather that not happen. And if you got blocked, it's for a reason. Because this is my house, This is part of my house, but this is my channel. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Okay. Um, I just want to make sure. Yeah, and something else I want to say too, um, is that I'm not going to drag this out for days, months, weeks, whatever. And so anybody on either quote side of this, if you're out for blood, you're in the wrong place. If you're out for healing, then you're probably in the right place, hopefully. If you just want me to trash Reese and Tommy for the next, there's plenty of people doing that. It's not, and I'm not judging because, hey, if they have a reason to, that's up to them. And there has been times like Knife Hoarder, like I said, I respect the hell out of him for the fact that he comes out, right or wrong, however he presents things, he does have some good points and he does think things through. He does has the performance thing, which, I don't talk like that, but he shows his face and he has a reason. He has a history. So he's not just a random troll. I don't think he's a troll. I don't call him a troll and I don't think he's a troll. And if he wants to keep doing that, that's absolutely his prerogative. I myself want to move on. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get spicy again sometime, but that is not, I've heard people say that's not what my channel's about, but it really isn't. I mean, I'm not Geraldo or whatever. I'm not going to just keep this up, but I will speak when I feel like I need to. And you guys know that about me. You don't call me Mama Bear for nothing. I had to go be a Mama Bear in real life and for my kids this weekend. But yeah, there's something in me. I guess it is an activist thing. It's like that's why I love Nora so much. It's like don't always agree with what she does, absolutely not. But I do have that activist spirit. So um, okay, let me just make sure I pretty much, yeah, and for myself, and I'm only speaking for myself again. Not trying to influence anyone. I'm not trying to take anyone's, pop their balloon or whatever. And I certainly don't want to silence any victims. But for my own mental health, I do need to move on. I do need to be careful to guard my own. I'm getting emotional because I keep thinking about my kids. But um, we all have things, right? We all have things. And there's something to be said for advocating for someone, but you also have to realize that everybody's got problems, right? Everybody has things. So trying to make one person's problems the focus of thousands, tens of thousands of people when other people are just being thrown aside, I really don't find that fair. So when I feel like I see an injustice, sometimes yeah, I get a little feisty and then I have to be like, okay, I need to, you know, I need to take care of myself and I can't be a savior. I'm not a savior. I don't know it all. I have to just let go. So I'm letting go, but I'm still here for my friends. And I want to, I don't know if she's in here, but Jimena, she has a channel called Magic of Healing, I believe. Um, I will, if somebody can put it in the chat, it's yeah, at Magic of Healing Your Soul. And I watched one of her live stream from this morning. I saw it on the replay. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make it to the live stream, but she was talking about many awesome things like about integrity and about healing and about finding your voice and in a very constructive and just very sweet way. She's not bitter, but I totally give her props for coming out and speaking her truth. And I know that um, she's planning on something on Friday and I totally support her. I think she's having some people come forward and tell some of their experiences and I think that's fine. I don't think that silencing people from telling their experiences is a healthy thing to do. But I do have to think about my own mental health and the health of my channel and the health of my relationships. So I do. Yeah, she is amazing. She is. So yeah, I'm still here. I I had some things planned this week, and I'm still gonna go through with them. If Mark Torrey wants to, we're doing this whole series on. We started with the origins of religions and how like the Judeo-Christian religions and the Abrahamic religions kind of overlap with their stories, and it's interesting because um, there's so many religions that aren't like um intertwined, but in some ways, like there was like so many different religions that have things like the virgin birth or flood or this. So I'm very fascinated in that. I like to talk to people that are way smarter than me so I can learn. And that's, in a way, like this channel, instead of being an influencer, I want to be an educator as I educate myself, right? So no, I think about influencer versus educator. I want to educate myself, and maybe you guys will get something out of it. So that's what we're doing this week. We're going to continue with that, talking about the different origins of different religions. And I think we're going to kind of slide into the history of Christianity, how it started, and and the different ethnicities of Judaism. I don't know. To me, that's fascinating. So I'll probably get about maybe, 20 views, but that's okay. I don't mind. I really honestly don't. So that's where I'm going. There is going to be, definitely a variety. I've got a lot of things up our sleeve. I think my friend Joel McCoy's in here. We're going to do a pet stream. Yeah. So if you want to stick around, that's fine. I know I have some new subscribers. If you don't, that's fine too. It really is. So anyways, all right, I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Okay, yeah, I think I did. All right, let me go through some starred questions. Hey, James Still, good to see you, friend. I stand and learn with you, Marilyn. Appreciate that. Hey, Seal Bill. I don't know why. I'm emotional because you guys, so many of you have been just so understanding and so good to me over the past 2 years, or even the past 2 days. I've got a lot of old friends in here and got a lot of new friends in here. Hey, Dusty, just want to send you much love. Thank you, Dusty. You're such a sweetheart. Hef, my grace ran out when 9 months ago we agreed this was over, and she broke it the very next day. And that's fair. That's fair. And that's kind of what I'm hoping, is that this ceasefire, this truce will last. Um, I'm not expecting any heartfelt apologies, and I don't want any. I don't want any for myself. I would like to see some for many of you in the chat, and my friend Hef and my friend Alan. But at the same time, if we can just cool our jets, that would be nice too. And I'm not saying that I want people to keep silent either. I don't. I just want my channel to be able to go on and not have it be bogged down in this. So yeah, many of you who've been with me for a while, it's like when things happen, yeah, we usually talk about stuff. We get kind of in the nitty gritty, and then we're like, okay, we'll hold space for each other. We'll talk. We'll process it, and we usually are able to move on. And that's kind of what I do in real life too. I kind of sitting on my porch, having my kids or my friends or whatever stop by. We talk. Sometimes we hash some things out, whatever, and then we move on. So, hey, Chris Tenham, thank you for being here, honey. Appreciate you. Both you and Ellen did nothing wrong, Marilyn. No one can help Reese if she keeps trying to hide her feelings. I want to help her, but I can only do so much. I don't have psychic powers. I wish I did. Yeah. And, it's like Natalie said today, it's like it's going to take time. It's up to the person. No, I know I didn't cause this. I certainly didn't mean to do anything. And it's like, some of it feels like deflection, which is, I guess par for the course. But I can't make somebody take responsibility for their actions, and I can't make somebody see things the way I see them. I guess I can just ask to stop attacking victims. There's more victims than one, many more. And some are way more culpable than others. And I think that even people that are afraid to come forward or don't have a voice, they have a right to be protected too. So stop dragging them through the mud. Tanya say, she said she needed help, not that she was scared or in danger. So help could have been anything. Can't blame him for not answering. Yeah. And after this, like I said, after this stream, I really don't want to talk about it anymore. It's like, this is how I feel. Take it or leave it, and I will let you guys chime in. And then I hope that we can move on from this, because that was not, by far, not the only thing, the only receipt that was shown, but that's the only one that's being addressed. What about all of the pictures that were requested? What about the insults over and over and over, calling people trash? No, it's all about one person, one victim, and I don't think that's right. I'm all ears. There was no indication of danger in that text message. Thank you, Linda. Please don't let a few troublemakers stir the pot. We know who you are. There's nothing for you to apologize for. Appreciate that. And, I might be disappointing a lot of people. I think there's people on both sides of the issue that have very, very strong feelings. And I'm not going to call them haters and trolls, but at the same time, I mean, some of them even have videos about me, which I didn't do anything to them. So if that's like, they get mad at me for letting this go, that's fine. They want to make more videos about me, whatever. But I'm just being myself. And I really don't feel like it's healthy for me to carry this on indefinitely. Hey, AB, you're doing great. Hang in there. We got you. A lot of us have other experiences and knowledge than what's been presented. Once more comes out, the noise will shift to the proper two people. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you seem to know a lot more than I do, but yeah, I think that the truth will come out, and there's several people that have their part to play, but it's not all in one person, and it certainly isn't my responsibility. Or, yeah, I'm human, and I'm just one person, and it's not my circus. Okay. Mental block. The word hater seems to mean you don't agree with me to some people. Yeah. I'm just hitting the kind of the general statements and things that maybe we haven't talked about before, but if it's something we talked about before, I'm probably going to skip over it, but not that it's not valid. It absolutely is. But Asen, honestly, if she can say, if a woman says, I need help, believe them, but all her loyal supporters bully other women on her behalf, it's messed up. Yeah. What about the people that have been wronged? They don't have a voice. We don't believe them. But it did not seem like a serious cry for help, and especially the fact that it was asked of Alan. Like, why didn't you ask someone else? You're gonna wait. Oh, sorry, the water, it's empty. Okay, ask somebody else. But again, I don't want to rehash this over and over and over. I just want to say where I come from. But thank you, Asen. That's true. And that's what I said earlier, is like, where's the grace for the dozens, if not hundreds, of other victims? Where's the grace for them too? I'm not saying Reese doesn't deserve grace. I think everybody does, to a degree. Everybody. Hey, Jenny Bean. This is my favorite channel. Is real without the ick. I appreciate your heart. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Hey, Kate Delight. I love that name. It always makes me smile. Thank you, Marilyn, for letting us know the truth and letting people safely say their story. Appreciate that. Mental block. You didn't contribute anything damaging to the situation. I really believe that. Thank you. I didn't mean to at all. And again, we're just hanging our hat on this one thing and not addressing the other issues, and that this wouldn't even been revealed if we hadn't shared that, then maybe it was meant to be. I don't know. I'm not God. And I don't know if there is one, but if there is one, maybe it was. I don't know. Hey, Constance. I don't blame Alan at all for not reaching out to her after all they did to him and also potential crimes on others. I would have gone no contact too. Yeah, and that's actually, if you haven't seen the stream that Natalie Life After a Cult, it's like Natalie Webster Scientology Life After Cult, her channel. She did a stream today. It was like the second, I think it was the second half. It was like almost a whole hour. She took up comments. She brought up a bunch of my comments. There were a lot of nasty things that got deleted in the chat because they were just mean. But she was very balanced about it, and she pretty much talked turkey about Tommy. Tom Turkey about Tom. That's funny. But anyway, she told us, like, yeah, she was not a Tommy fan, and Reese knows that. And so she was very fair, I thought. And she did stick up for Alan. So if you want to watch it, I suggest you do, because I thought she was very fair. Ramble on. This is gaslighting. She only contacted Alan because she knew he didn't like Tommy and she wanted revenge. Yeah, I'm not really sure what her motivation was, but yeah, it didn't seem sincere. We didn't know, but he didn't know her anything. And he still doesn't, And I hope she means the apology. I only watched I watched the entire 3 hours she did the other night. I watched the first half this morning, but I wanted to watch Natalie's, and like I said, I've got real life things to do. So I watched 4 out of the 5 hours. It's like, and people are like, oh, did you say, oh, well, you haven't seen it all. Well, I don't have 18 hours in a day to watch all this stuff, So I put some of it on 2x speed. If you guys, those that really are like, did you see this? Did you want, please just send me timestamps, because I honestly don't have all this time. And she never watched probably 5 minutes of any of my streams. So I don't get it. I don't know how it's my responsibility to watch every single stream out there constantly when they're defending someone who hasn't watched one of mine that I know of. It says she doesn't. So, Asen, have much love to you and Alan. Absolutely. We love them so much. Martha says, no, Marilyn, Reese had that recording for weeks and certainly didn't sound surprised, only cared if the other women were pretty. Yeah, I did hear that. I think she cared about some other things too, but yeah, she said on that for weeks. I don't know. I mean, it's not over with, but that part of it happened, right? I can't prove one way or another, but I have heard that there's a narrative out there that she supposedly was in cahoots with somebody else and made it an AI. Oh, come on. Give me a break. And, honestly, I think that Spanx seems like a really sweet guy. And my heart goes out to him, because I can't imagine, having your dad be like that. And I totally understand that he would want to defend him, but that's a stretch. That's an absolute stretch. I don't believe that for a second. I really don't. Bodo, I'm sorry, I still can't pronounce your name. Bodio, is it? When I was abused by a partner, I sent very contradicting signals to people. I fully understand that they acted on what they saw. No one can expect more from any of you. Thank you. And yeah, and we absolutely don't. I'm not a heartless, hateful troll channel. And I think she knows that, because we were kind of friends, I thought. But obviously, it doesn't seem like she really has, I don't know, any regard for anyone's friendship. At least the ones that she doesn't want to have regard for. So, Knife Hoarder has been trying to get us to listen for over 3 years. Yeah, I actually had never heard of him until very recently, but he has some valid things to say. I think, again, like I said, I have mad respect for him. He shows his face every single day. He stays on message mostly. I wish he wouldn't pick on Natalie. I don't think that's fair, but that's, hey, he doesn't tell me what to do on my channel. I don't tell him what to do on his. And yeah, we both agreed, hey, we have mutual respect for each other. We don't like some of each other's friends, which is fine. That I think that's what adults do. That's adulting. That's what mature people can do. So Kim Wexler, I see Knife Hoarder as a truthful warning channel. He is warning people about their grifting techniques, and that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think he does care. Like I said the other day, I just think he's adorable. I mean, I know it's probably a bad assessment of him, but there's just something's endearing about him, and he's funny as hell. I probably wouldn't be laughing if he said those things about me, but yeah. He's been very respectful of not saying those things in my chat because that's not my style, and I don't know. Mental block. You sound really level-headed about this. It wasn't an easy situation for you. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Love you, Jojo. Thank you for being here. Hey, Lathonda. Good to see you. Thank you for the super chat. Comment. I said it before. I'll say it again. Reset on the audio recording for weeks. And in my eyes, she was complicit in the con for those weeks and put other women in harm's way. Would she have never published the audio if Alan hadn't showed the screenshot? Yeah. And that was brought up this morning too, and I'll give it to her. I hope that she meant it, but she said yesterday that, it isn't Alan's fault. She's sorry. She's going to stop calling everybody trolls and haters. And I mean, it would be nice if she apologized and, apologized for completely desecrating my channel. That's not cool, but whatever. If we can go forward without the hatred, the vitriol, and the mudslinging, I would love that. But it takes two to call a ceasefire, and I'm no doormat. I'm not a doormat. And I am very passionate about protecting my channel, myself, and my friends, most importantly. So, hi, honey. On the other side of I don't know if you hear him. He's like banging around the carport doing something, building something probably. But you're nice. Exactly what I'm not sure what you mean by that. What pics? Oh, you mean not that I know of. Nope. The pics that that Reese had asked for. Yeah, that hasn't been brought up. That's it's been kind of a lot of deflection. That hasn't been brought up. So I don't know what happened to those pictures that were solicited from the audience in Reese's chat. I don't know. Hey, Val W. Not sure what's happening. Early morning Australia. Catch up, but you have done nothing wrong. Thank you. Mischief Managed. You're a warrior, girl. Thank you. Your heart is true. You're loyal to your friends. Thank you. And I'm telling you, there's no one person. Okay, well, I can think of a few. Mostly my friends / mods, but she is loyal. I mean, to lose her as a friend is a bad loss. She is so loyal. Yeah. And I know you've been bullied, honey. And yeah, I will defend her to the bitter end too. She's a good person. And like Jimena said this morning, that she was talking about integrity and she popped up the inappropriate heifer. I know it says inappropriate. She's mostly appropriate, sometimes inappropriate, but it's appropriate to be inappropriate sometimes. But she's fiercely loyal and she has a lot of integrity. And I've always known her to do the right thing. So I love you, Hef. Hey, fairies are real. Fairies are real. Awesome. I don't chat in streams, but wanted to tell you that I appreciate you and your dedication to the truth. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why that got me like kind of emotional because I love when fairies are real comes in. No, I've never seen you before, but when a little fairy comes in and says, I've never chatted. I'm a lurker. I've never come out before. And then wants to feel comfortable. They feel comfortable coming in, wants to say something in my chat. I love that. It just really does my heart good. So thank you so much for your courage. Anna has only one passport. The Millers are known for botting other channels. So like sending like troll bots. Is that what you mean? Hey, Tony. You've been here with me for a long time. Thank you, love. I love you and your channel, Marilyn, mostly because it's never been a hate channel. I know it never will. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Tan Louis? Hey, Tan Louis, Great Britain, right? The more you see of a narcissist, the more the mask slips. Yeah, that sounds about right. Asen, comment. Jimena and Keela are true gems. They deserve to be heard, as also Hef and Allen and others. I'm glad you gave them a platform and support. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, Jimena has a channel. Like I said, Keela's channel is at Mental Health Matters to Us with a 2, the number 2. She has a great channel, and yeah, they are about healing and mental health. So definitely subscribe to them. And like I said, I think Jimena is planning on doing a panel discussion or having some of I think the ex mods come together and talk about their experience, and that is absolutely their right. So if you're interested in that, I believe that's Friday on Jimena's Magic of Healing. So Joe McQueen comment, hey friend, so glad you're here. When you blame others for your own problems, they will get worse every time. What you make public is on you. If the attention you have gotten from it bothers you, shut up. Joel always tells it like it is. But I agree. I agree with that. Yeah. Hey, Pippi Longstocking Forever. Hey there, friend. Glad you're here. Comment, you have been true to yourself. What more can be asked of someone? Send you up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tony, I'm so glad that Hef and Ellen had a chance and a platform to share their experiences. I have so much respect for both of them. Amen to that. Amen to that. Hey, David. Hey, pizza. Good to see you. It's been a while. Good afternoon, all. Just wanted to pop in for a bit and say hi. Hey there. Been a little while. He said, it's not easy to cut out contact with a parent. I talk from experience. I hope Spank sees the light sometime. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. He seems like a really, really sweet person. Kate Delight, comment. I've been following her journey since she was accidentally doxxed, and I have never seen Reese in any chats, never engaged with other people in the community. She is, well, yeah, I can't really argue with that, you know? And that's her thing to deal with if that's true. I don't know someone's heart. I'm not the thought police or whatever, but from what I've seen demonstrated, she wants to call me a hate channel. I don't know if she's ever raised a penny for any of these causes. So there's that. Oh, a new channel should be watched before giving blind adoration. I'm not sure, the ones that I just plugged, I have watched before, if that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure what that means. And hey, if you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe or watch it. I mean, I've only watched one stream of Jimena's, fair enough, but I've also seen her writings, and I've seen her in chat, and I think she seems very wonderful. I guess you never know unless you try. I don't even know if that's what you're talking about, but Keela, I know, and I've seen many of her streams, and I've liked them. So yeah. Okay. Hey, Chato. Good to see you, friend. Glad you're here. Hey, Abraham. I'm sorry, but how is that relevant or even excuse her behavior? She certainly does watch because she's always aware of what's being said. Yeah, I think the point was as far as support goes, like if someone expects other creators to send them subs and people, eyeballs, all that support, be nice to reciprocate a little bit. I think that's what the point was. So she certainly does watch because she's always aware of what's being said. um Probably somewhat, but I think she also has quite a few aides, for lack of a better word, people that provide her. I'm willing to bet, um, with information and clips and all that. Um, and I mean, I'll let her former mods speak to that. But yeah, I think she has quite the staff. I guess I'll put it that way. Unpaid staff. Oh, general. Okay. All right. Thank you, honey. All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know you're not antagonistic, but that was a good point though, because whenever I see something like that, I'm like, I don't know. I try to be self-reflecting, maybe even to a fault sometimes, because I'm like, oh, paranoid maybe. But yeah, I think that was a good point. So I wanted to address that. But yeah, no, I know you weren't meaning anything by it at all. Dirty work. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. It's the 30s. Oh, it was super cold here yesterday. It was in the teens. I haven't actually been out. It's almost 4 o'clock. I haven't been out the door yet. I'll have to check it out. So, hey, Heather, Triple H. It's been a little while. So glad to see you. I don't blame you or Alan for Reese's situation. I feel this was a manipulation tactic. You don't need to own any blame. Much love. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you very much. Shanty. Like any situation, it's not black and white. Absolutely. Reese is a victim, but Reese is also a perpetrator of abuse. Reese publicly maligned people speaking out against Tommy while knowing that they were saying the truth. Yeah. Yeah. And be nice to hear an apology for that. I don't care if her apologies to me. I don't need them, want them, but and I think there's something to be said for they're sorry and then they're sorry you got caught. And yeah, I just hope that there's really a sorry as far as actions, because actions speak louder than words, as they say, right? Um, and like I said today in Natalie's chat, and she popped it up, I said, I'll believe it when, I'll believe that on the apology when the blaming of the other victims stop, the attacking the victims, traumatizing the traumatized, and attacking my channel. I don't think it's fair. So, hey, Abraham. One thing I always trust is my instincts, and uh, thus far, they haven't failed me yet. Yeah, always trust your gut, right? I think there's something you said for that. Stay warm, Shadow. Yes. Mm. Hey, sorry, not. Hey, Lena. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. I can give you a seal clap to you. Wow, I can't believe it's been a year. That's crazy. Yeah, sorry you got caught. Yeah. An apology needs to be as loud as disrespect. Yeah. Yeah. And when you're looking at, just days ago, putting up the trash can um, thumbnail, that was a dig. That was a dig to some of you too. You know, with the trash can with a microphone. Ugh. DLC, you all deserve a huge apology. Yeah, I'm not wanting one for me, but I think that many of the victims do. Yep, and ex mods and ex supporters. Hey, Seal Belf. People tried to tell me the Tommy was bad news, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe, but whatever. I don't wanna hear about ladies' drama." It sounds like you, Bill. No, it doesn't. You're a sweetheart. I was wrong, and I apologize. Apology accepted, I'm sure. We love you, Bill. Oh my god, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. I love getting new cups. Okay, here we go. Oh god. It's raining cups. Hallelujah, it's raining cups. Amen. I gotta think of like some more lyrics, or I just should retire it. But thank you so much for the gifted memberships. People are gonna be like, I'm out of here. I can't hear her sing. Mm. Tan Louie, I have shoplifters say sorry, but only because they got caught. Words can become meaningless when your actions don't match. Yeah. And, I don't mean to make light of it because there was real threats and real danger and, real coercive control, gaslighting, all the things, abuse, domestic violence, all the things. But there's a lot of other layers of it, a lot of years, of deceit and crime. And this is criminal, right? The whole long con thing. So, yeah, I don't mean to make light of it, but I think there is an element of oopsies, I better say something and deflect. And there's a lot more things that came out, but for some reason, that first screenshot was the thing everybody's going to hang their hat on and disregard all of the testimony and the hurt and the pain that, one thing that on Tommy's part, the financial exploitation of Alan and so many others, who knows, a lot of people we don't even know about, I'm sure. And also, the way that a lot of these women have been treated. And, it's funny that I'm being accused of bullying women when I was just giving them a platform to tell their story. And, being called trash and all, I'm not calling anybody trash, you know, I'm not calling anybody names, lawn gnomes or whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm just letting people speak their truth. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Hey, Milo, the rescue. Good to see you. It's been a while. Hey, Arabian. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Okay, just going through some of these. You're officially a Cub. Yay, Rhonda. Awesome. Okay, or I will be forever known as the googly eyed who, or I like the Hoff, the Hoff, right? I like the Hoff. I think that is hilarious. You're gonna be the Hoff. Okay, this is fair. I'll read this one. LW, just quick comment. How many people who met her in real life are still around? She needs to look inwards. I will give some grace because of Scientology indoctrination. That's fair. That is fair. Abraham, at some point, you have to stop giving people a pass simply because they were in a cult. Some have endured for far worse and don't use it as an excuse. And amen to that. Amen to that. And I think I spoke to that the other night because, I'm not saying, the fact like I was in a cult and it was very similar to Scientology in the way that the Sea Org treats their members. I was treated like that. I don't constantly harp on it or use it as an excuse. And I don't think that any person's, again, we always say this isn't the trauma Olympics, in some ways, the trauma that I had in the cult was maybe not even as bad as the childhood trauma I had, or, it's hard to say what's worse, but we all have things. I don't think you can get through this life without having some trauma. And I think that's why we're all here and we relate to each other so much, is because we've all been through stuff, and I think there's a lot of empaths here, and it's a feeding frenzy for con men and Dianetics always says this too. It's just like, yeah, the whole Scientology space is rife for con men and for people looking to just cash in. So gotta be careful. Hey, honey. Love you. Kelly, we will definitely catch up, hopefully right after this. Love you. Good to hear from you. Thank you for being here. Lazanda, comment. Just ask yourself why people always come here to talk and to feel safe. Thank you. Appreciate that. I really appreciate that so much. Hey, here she is. Mena. Hi there, honey. Hi, everyone. I'm on my phone. Just wanted to thank Marilyn for the support. Absolutely. You deserve it. Abraham, one person's opinion, I understand. Two, I'm not worried about it. But when you have over a dozen folks who have parted ways and some tell their stories, then one must listen. Yeah, I think that's fair. You are very wise, Abraham. Rhonda McNeil, F, you have been making me laugh out loud. She makes me laugh out loud every day. Before I knew any of this, then one day you were gone. Glad to laugh with you again, my friend. Yeah, you found her. Everybody needs the Hef in their life. Lisa, if a person apologizes, they have to really mean it and show that they're sorry, right? Sorry, I'm just trying to pre-read some of these. Kate Delay, comment. I want to send lots of love to Farrell Cheryl. She's had a really tough time. Oh, I love Farrell Cheryl. Yes, lots of love to Cheryl. We decided to put hearts in the chat. I know some people put ones in the chat, but some hearts in for Farrell Cheryl. That would be amazing. We love her. We love our Farrell Cheryl. And if you've never seen Farrell Cheryl, check out her channel. It's at Farrell Cheryl on the loose. She's amazing. And she's funny as hell. She has like a TikTok and a whole bunch of shorts that she's awesome. I just put some hearts in for her too. Oh, thanks, guys. I love that. But where are the hearts? I found the Rodneys. What happened? There we go. Okay. We did it. Mischief managed. In Brett's own words, where there is lots of smoke, there is probably fire. Yeah. Well, you know what? He was good at what he does, and he talked about things that made sense to me at times. Like, I only watched maybe one or two of his streams, but he definitely is a smooth talker. And that's the thing about the con, is that not everything that he said was false. But yeah. I guess in hindsight, people will know, and hopefully, just be more careful. The OSA, the Hef, the OSA. Yeah. All right. Okay, I think I'm gonna probably wind down. All the hearts for Cheryl. I love that. Awesome. Hey, Eric Rader. Good to see you, friend. Andrea, hello. You're here. Okay, I'm gonna read this. I'm hoping this is the last time we need to talk about this stuff. As far as, I don't want to dissect anybody's life or anything, but I mean, I think this is valid, and I'm gonna read it. It said, people act like she's an innocent baby because Aaron doxed her 2 years ago. She worked corporate jobs and had plenty of experience outside of the cult. It doesn't mean she's not damaged. We all are. Yeah, that's fair. Lots of hearts for Cheryl. I love that. Thank you, Northern Girl. Keep being you. I can't help but hope that Reese learns and can deconstruct from the cult going forward. Whatever that may look like, I never got a good vibe from Tommy. Yeah, I agree. And that's fair. Yep. And cults do a number. And so do, abusive relationships. And I think one thing that we do here is try to talk about knowing the signs, and not only like trying to avoid it, but trying to get out of it too. And I think we support each other in a lot of ways. So, and yes, that's why con artists are so toxic. Yep, that is true. All right, we're at about the hour mark. It was good to see you all. I'm going to sign off, but if anybody wants to get a hold of me, my email is coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com. And I'm hearing there's other videos I'll have to check out, knife order and all that. All right, everyone. Take care, and we will talk to you later. Here's my boys. Bye. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.